When I was 15 years old, my art instructor, Mrs. B, began each week's lesson with the same instruction: draw lines. So I'd pull out my largest pad of paper and I'd start drawing vertical and then horizontal lines until the page was full. Honestly, I wanted to be done with this task as soon as I could, so that I could get on to the real lesson of drawing the objects around me in the studio, learning the techniques of shading and coloring, so that I could move on to paint, and eventually begin to produce the things that were in my imagination that I longed to bring into the world. As I was doing the task of drawing the lines, oftentimes from across the studio, Mrs. B would whisper, "Don't forget to breathe." I didn't even realize how tense my body was, how I had forgotten to breathe. As I would move on and work on other things later in the day, I'd often hear the same response. I'd be struggling to paint the curvature of a fold of cloth, and Mrs. B would again say, "Don't forget to breathe." I think that as an artist, I oftentimes feel so urgently the need to point out what I see or imagine and bring it into the world that I get caught up in the task. I'm so consumed with the end goal that I lose the connection to my body and to my breath that allowed me to even begin the process of imagining and seeing the way that I do. Why focus on process ahead of technique? Because quite honestly, it's so easy to forget to breathe. As I sit with artists and writers, my main goal is to ask this question: who is it that you are in response to these simple tasks? Can you remember to breathe as you draw the lines? Draw and breathe. Write and breathe. Play and breathe. Act and breathe. Our main tasks as artists and writers is first to breathe.